What's up, guys? It's Deepak Shukla here again, founder at Serpwizz, and we're back with some more information about the Serpwizz reports. If you've got these reports and you're wondering, what in the dang diddly does this mean, and what in the dang diddly do I say to my client if I get a result in relation to the H1 tags? Your header tags. So basically, what are header tags? Think of it like a table of contents, but also with like the chapter title, and then the paragraph title, and then if there's any sub points within that actual chapter, then you could think of them all as a header tags. Okay, so header tags are your H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s, H5s, and 6s. So this is in reference to the top level domain pearllemon.com. Hire us if you need help with SEO, and it's in reference to what we're doing from our header tag perspective. Okay, and certainly, as it says, your headers are looking good because we've got a descending frequency of H1s, H2s, H3s. Okay, so think of that like the title, which I think is like award-winning SEO agency. Give me un secondo and we'll have a look. And you can, if you head over to the domain, you can then go to right-click here, inspect, and let's just see if, sorry, this comes up. And there you go. And in here, you can see the award-winning is the H1. Do you see it just there? And then we've got maybe, let's have a look at what happens here. Free guide. Let's just see if yeah, let's see if we can bring up this bad boy. Inspect, and it's yep, here we go. Cool. Is it working for me? Doesn't look like it's working for me, does it? I clearly need to figure it out some more. Give me a second. It's here, there you go. So it was a H2 there, right? Let me just inspect that. There you go, H2. So that's an example of the H1s and the H2s. You can go to, inspect here, and you can take a look through the page, and you'll see as you go through what it can highlight on the page, and you can just look at different elements of the page. As you can see, it will show you them. There you go. So yeah, let's go back to the header tag question. So that's what they are really. They're helpful for Google to discern the order of importance on a page, and it's important to keep it consistent. So let's go through and dive into a couple of blogs to see if there's more things that I've not immediately considered, so we can help push it out. So there's an example of a H1 tag, which I think we've just of course seen. You can find the H1s in the source code, which you can go to view page source as well. So I went to inspect, which was in the Google Search Console, but you can look in here and find H1, and should, hang on, H1, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there you go. H1 tags, H1 tags. I mean, it talks about it 187 times, but yeah, you can go to view page source, as it quite rightly said. And if we then continue, H1 main heading, H2 are like chapters, as we discussed. H3 further subdivided, clarify content. H4 and 5 and 6 organize further organized content on the page. This is a good example of the hierarchy, if you will, which is cool. Why they're important? They show the text structure, which is great. They improve accessibility, meaning that text that's marked with HTML is important for visually impaired people because they can understand how the page is structured. Improving SEO, of course, it's an indirect benefit, but user friendliness ultimately comes from understanding the headers, because then it's like, okay, it's easy for people to read. How do you use them? Use them within your page structure. Here's an example: health benefits, mental health benefits, alleviate stress, reduce anxiety, decrease depression. Use plugins within your site. So Yoast works, Ranked Math works. There's a couple of things. Joomla, they've got Amy H1 heading extension for Drupal's taxonomy title module. I didn't know that about Drupal, being honest. And how they've changed over time are the you're supposed to only have one H1. And it should have included the long tail word. Now, because of HTML5, multiple H1 isn't an issue, and favors a more friendly user experience over keyword density. So try and you can use more than H1 basically. You're not using it for the bots, but you're using it for human readers. So all of that makes sense here. Let's just see if there's anything else here that becomes important. Headers to provide structure, headers to break up text, include keywords in your header tags, optimize for featured snippets, which is quite cool. The first is optimizing your header for a long tail voice search keyword, which would be quite a cool idea. Bulleted and numbered features snippet results. What is a H1 tag? You can see there's an example of a featured snippet. And only use one H1. Well, Google said there's no problem using multiple H1s, but yeah, I agree. It doesn't mean that it's best practice to use them. Keep your header text consistent, make them interesting, stay ahead. And I think that I'm not going to bother going into the Neil Patel one, but I hope that this gives you guys some insights into how to think about header tags. So between me and Google, we're going to get there.